So this time we're taking a look at the November Beast figure, Masters of the Universe Classics Swiftwind. Now, a couple of things. I noticed that the top of my box here actually received some damage, the white mailer box here, through the outer box. But thankfully, that's as far as it went, and the interior box was fine. On the back here, you can see that they're advertising the Create a Character contest for 2011, which, well, actually ends in the end of January. And here is the box inside, in the standard box here. Standard look to the box with the Castle Grayskull like bricks on the outside. A Princess of Power sticker there. And you turn it over. The characters on the back here are all based on Etheria. You want to see the write-up for Swiftwind? There it is. This is pretty big, which is why I'm doing it on my oversized figure venue, which is my chair. The wingspan on this is incredible. Much bigger than I thought it would be. Very nice. The articulation is great. Multiple points on all four limbs. No problems with the wings sitting in here. They do tend to droop at some points in their movement, particularly this one. As you can see, it kind of goes limp there at that point. Massive wingspan here, and very cool, even for something that was based on a girl's toy. Really great details on this. On the sculpt of the horse, you can see wrinkles on the neck, veins on the body, great muscle sculpting. Look at that detail all over. Wonderfully sculpted mane. Articulation is good. It could be a little bit better in some spots, but I think they did as much as they could with it. The head here goes up and down. The neck goes up and down, as well as left and right, and it does kind of swivel a little bit like that. Mostly left and right. The limbs here in the front move forward and back at the shoulder here. Well, not the shoulder, but here. The legs here bend at this spot and down at the hoof, or right above the hoof. Just want to talk now about this whole two front legs debacle. If you notice here, the veins are both facing the same way, and a lot of the Swiftwinds got the same leg put on both legs. So there should be another leg with a vein facing inwards on this leg. To me, it really doesn't make much difference, but it's another one of those little things that Mattel should have caught before it went out. I think some people are getting two right portions, and some people are getting two left portions, and there's not really any good quality control on these. Getting back to the articulation, these not only bend, but they also rotate a little bit as well, only slightly. Now the back legs are similar. They move forward and back. They bend here as well as rotate, and they bend down here and rotate. The tail is articulated to swivel 360 degrees and bend back and forth, and it's nice and solid and thick, and it really helps balance the horse, especially if you're going to try for a rearing position like you may have seen me have him in at the beginning. The wings here, they rotate 360 like this. They go forward and back, and very nicely detailed, the feathering on them. The colors are accurate to the screen version. I tell you that as a DC fan, I really hope they might utilize the mold to do a winged victory. You could just repaint the front collar here, which unfortunately is glued on, so you cannot remove this. I don't know why they couldn't take this off. Maybe it is holding the front of the figure or hiding a seam. You can remove the wings here. It does take a little bit of effort to get them in and out, and they do leave a hole right there, a very visible hole. I kind of wish that they might have had like maybe some caps or something that you could have just put in there that smoothed them out, and then when you took off the front piece mask, you could get just a regular Spirit look for the figure. Spirit being Adora's horse. Nice face sculpt, I think. Maybe would have added a little bit of paint details in the nose, but very nice overall. And I like the way it just slips on there and holds pretty fast. It's not gonna drop off, and it really doesn't seem to be rubbing against any part of the horse's head there. I really wouldn't suggest doing that too much, as you might really loosen up that might become a problem. Again, that's just me thinking ahead in the future. I'm probably going to leave the wings on Swiftwind here, and just keep it like that. Now, of course, the whole point of Swiftwind is to have She-Ra ride him, and he comes with this saddle, very nicely sculpted to, just like the Battle Cat and Panther had weathering on their saddles, so does Swiftwind, and you can see that carries underneath to the buckle here, and the figure comes with one of these elastic bands to help keep the saddle in place, and I've left it here just to give a little bit added grip to the saddle. It's probably not necessary, but that's just a precautionary measure for me. Here she is, the She-Ra that I've made using the head and cape and sword and shield from the 2-pack She-Ra, packaged with the DC Universe Classics Supergirl, and the new She-Ra Bubble Power She-Ra 2.0 body that has the slits in the skirts to allow her a wider split, specifically for riding Swiftwind. Just like He-Man and Skeletor sit on Battle Cat and Panther, they just sit there. There's nothing to clip on. You can see that there are indentations left there for their loincloths or skirts, respectively. And I must say, one thing that I have noticed is that even with all the limbs sort of seemingly straight on, the horse is a little wobbly. And that's probably just due to the weight of the wings. So you gotta find a nice way to balance it out oftentimes. Like I said, the tail here can be used to keep it in a rearing position. So there is the full effect of Swiftwind and She-Ra. Really cool to have the mounts that are so associated with the figures. I never thought I would be talking about She-Ra and Swiftwind. It is really a great sculpt and a great toy, even with the little mess up of the front legs. Probably sold out by now. It's taken me a while to do this, and I actually reshot a lot of this because of the new She-Ra. If you can find on the secondary market, like Big Bad Toy Store or someplace like that, I would say for a reasonable price, go ahead and pick it up if you're a fan of Masters of the Universe, or even if you're not a fan of She-Ra. Like me, I never really liked the cartoon, never really liked the character, but I am into this figure and this line as a whole. It really does make for a good piece. I guess that's it. Stay tuned for the next figure, the December figures. Probably not going to arrive here until after Christmas, so probably looking around the New Year's, and that'll be, well, it's not a figure, it's actually the vehicle. Yes, this is how far I'm into this line. I'm actually picking up the vehicles now. That would be the Wind Raider. So stay tuned for that, and until my next video, I'll see you.